What about Gassiev? What do you think goes next for him?
I don't know. He's a weird one, Gassiev.
Well, he was sort of like the beast in the cruiserweight division. Obviously got beat by Usyk.
Gassiev, he could have a big fight with someone like Derek Chisora.
Is it big enough for Derek Chisora's last fight?
He could have a big fight in 2026 against someone like Moses Vitama. Gabriel's too big. Gassiev, Joshua?
From Gassiev's point of view, makes a huge sense. I'm not sure it makes so much sense because Gassiev's quite dangerous. Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to be looking back at the recent fights over the weekend, starting with Kubrat Pulev and Murat Gassiev, a heavyweight clash, and then moving on to Diego Pacheco and Sadjo, and then the cruiserweight clash for the WBC title between Badou Jack and Noel Mikaelian. So let's start with the heavyweight clash. Kubrat Pulev coming towards the end of his career. I think he was 44, fighting Murat Gassiev, who's no spring chicken either, but not quite that far along and probably getting towards his prime, 32 years old. This fight had Pulev being the bigger guy, started it well. He had the reach advantage, so I think the first round was probably a draw. It was not much. It was just each feeling each other out. I think Pulev probably being a little bit more aggressive. Gassiev sort of working him out. Second round I gave to Pulev, and then basically every other round to Gassiev because I think he's just started turning it on, just up the pace, and you could see Pulev started getting more tired as the gassing out basically as the fight went along. And then it ended in the sixth round with a KO for Gassiev. A fantastic punch. A bit worrying if you're the person on the end of it's 44, but luckily he was okay. I think everything good. But it's a perfectly timed shot, and I think he just wore him out by lifting up, because obviously he's come from cruiserweight, so he's just increased the pace, so tired Pulev out, and then caught him coming in. What are your views on this, Simon?
Yeah, it was just one of them little short left hooks, wasn't it? That just
perfect timing, perfect, caught him perfectly on the chin.
Stepped right into it.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly.
It was a better fight than I thought it was going to be. It was going to be really boring, to be honest.
It was actually quite a good contest. Well, it was close all the way, even though I've said Gassiev wasn't. It was close all around. So I think, the first one's probably 10-10. The second one is probably Pulev's. And then Gassiev I think they must have given him a little kick, started putting the pedal to the metal and started wrestling. But Pulev was always in it till there.
Pulev's always going to be in it. He's
only been stopped by Joshua and Klitschko.
Yeah, he's a
Vladimir
warrior,
Klitschko,
isn't he?
Yeah. But obviously 44. So I think if he was a bit younger, this is more of a contest. But I think he was still in it. But I think maybe time for Pulev to retire now.
Yeah, no one's going to want to fight him, are they?
Well, he's got no value to it, and then it's just dangerous now. You're going to fight all these up-and-coming young guys with pop. So, yeah, I think he's had a great career. It's good. He was the WBA normal champion, whatever they call it. And now it's Murat Gassiev. So, what about Gassiev? What do you think goes next for him?
I don't know. He's a weird one, Gassiev.
Well, he was sort of like the beast in the cruiserweight division. Obviously got beat by Usyk. But still, that's everybody gets beat by Usyk. That's not nothing to be ashamed of. And then he was supposed to come up and be the guy who was the contender in the heavyweight because he was always naturally bigger and he's the more powerful with pop, than Alexander Usyk. Obviously, Alexander Usyk has more of the skill. But yeah, he's disappointed a bit in that. I think he's got a couple of decent results now, but I think he had a couple
in the heavyweight division, isn't he? Got beat by Otto Wallen, and I mean the significance of the WBA regular bout. I don't think there is any significance to it, to be honest.
It's just the main contender for the.
But is it
title.
though?
But yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I don't think it is. Well, it puts him in the contention for a fight, or other people to have a fight with him to get into contention. I don't think it actually puts him first in the queue, is it, to fight Usyk.
No,
And we got to put on his only 2 losses to Usyk. Well, Usyk, yeah, fair enough. It was in the final of the Super 6 for cruiserweight. And then he stepped up and he's done okay. But then against Otto Wallin, I think that was the disappointing result. Whereas that's really the measure of a...
Hasn't he been beat 3 times?
Twice. Once a heavyweight, once a cruiserweight. And then he's come back and sort of won, sort of fairly convincingly in most of the other fights. He stopped everybody else. The only 2 that, and you got to remember that Usyk and Wallin both went to the distance.
It depends. I mean, what tends to happen with people who hold this WBA regular belt is they'll have 2 years off now. That's usually what happens. But if Gassiev wants to make a name for himself.
Well, the thing is now, the heavyweight division's hot.
Yeah, so like say if you want to make a name for yourself, you've got to get up there and fight someone.
Yeah, you've got something to offer to other people. Now, I don't think, like you said, it gets a title shot because there's so many other people in that queue. And I don't think Usyk really wants any of those. I don't think that's a big enough fight for Usyk. And he's already beat him, so there's no interest in that, really. From his point of view.
Usyk's fighting Wilder.
Yeah, so he's got his fight.
Don't even talk about Gassiev Usyk. It's not even... It's never going to happen. Gassiev... You could have a big fight with someone like...
I think it's still like a contender level, isn't it? Or the wannabe contenders, isn't it?
Oh, I've just got it.
Go on.
Derek Chisora.
It could. Is it big enough for Derek Chisora's last fight? Well, it could be because WBA
title for him. Not that I think it means anything, but for Chisora,
yeah, but it does for some.
Or
regular world champion.
He could have a big fight in 2026 against someone like Moses Atama.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a really good fight.
That's good for both of them. And then gives Atama a belt, whatever we think of it.
Yeah, I like that fight. Gassiev, tricky.
Caball's too big.
Caball's too big. Too big of a... He's too high up the rankings.
He's probably in that top.
Better things.
Well, him and Wardley are probably there, aren't they now? Wardley?
I reckon Tyson Fury's going to be fighting Wardley.
Yeah. I think he's got bigger names in the plans. Well, they're saying in it Tyson Fury's going to come out. And then have you seen the... Tyson Fury versus Joshua?
Was it yesterday
breaking news?
Yeah, that Tyson Fury Joshua's supposedly been made for 2026, but they're having a fight each before it.
By the way, just a careful segue. Sign up to our Instagram and you will find out these breaking news. It's where we push out some of our shorts and breaking news on there. So keep an eye on there. There will also be, so it's at Genuine Fake Boxing on Instagram. And there will be X following and a TikTok as well, all at Genuine Fake Boxing. But anyway, go on, carry back to your points.
Do you think...
So do you think Tyson Fury first is going to go for Wardley?
I think what I think and what happens is, but what I think it's going to be Tyson Fury, Fabio Wardley, Joshua against.
Obviously, assuming he comes through Jake Paul.
Interesting to see who they put Joshua in against, actually.
Yeah. Because it's going to have to be somebody decent, but not the...
Yeah, because if you look what happened last time at when you like the Riyadh season first event, the script got torn up, didn't it? Because it was meant to be Joshua Wilder. And
it got messed up.
It got messed up, so just I don't know. Gassiev, Joshua?
From Gassiev's point of view, makes a huge sense. I'm not sure it makes so much sense because Gassiev's quite dangerous. Although the thing is, size-wise, he's got a fair bit on him in it.
Dubois Gassiev?
Dubois Gassiev makes a bit more sense. Because then if Dubois can come through it, or whoever comes through it, then you've basically ticked off a big name. If Dubois wins, he's a WBA regular champion, so he's back in that. It puts him back on the pedestal. But if Gassiev beats him, then it firms up that, Gassiev deserves to be here. That's a good fight. Whether it's big enough for Dubois' side. But
problem is Gassiev just isn't. Gassiev if Gassiev really wants
he needs
to
one of
do
these names.
Something now,
yeah,
he's going to need a big name. I think next 2026 is going to be the passing of the torch in the heavyweight division. You get likes of Wilder, Usyk, Joshua, AJ. I think this is their last hurrah year.
Well, to be honest, I think Wilder was already gone, but Usyk's given him a lifeline.
Yeah, and I can see why.
And a big, huge fight.
Obviously,
he's the last of the four.
If it gets made, obviously, talks about, then we'll discuss it. But I can see why Usyk wants that.
And then if Fury's coming back into it, then Wardley he's got a chance at a title again, which makes enough sense for him to fight. Then if Joshua can get through Paul and whoever his next fight is, then the Fury Joshua fight suddenly has meaning. It's huge anyway, but it becomes huge because there's a world title on the line. And then the winner of them against the winner of Usyk and Wilder just makes it's back then. You got a script, although it's quite a few steps to get there. So
like you say,
can have flies in the ointment.
And the problem you have with Joshua versus Usyk now is they're in the same camp.
Yeah.
I think Usyk beats Wilder, retires.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think there's not much point in fighting Fury again or fighting Joshua. So it could be he fights him and then the belts are up on the line.
I think,
and then Wilder,
like
Joshua
say,
becomes
2026, I think, so the last of our...
It could get messed up if Wardley beats him and then Joshua.
But we shall see. But yeah, no, I think Gassiev needs that big name now.
So Gassiev's really got to build up to get into that contest. He needs to get...
Well, the thing is Gassiev, for me, still isn't in the top 10 of the heavyweights yet. He wants to break that. Look,
Joseph Parker, if he comes back, if he gets cleared up. Well, I think Dubois is the same, innit? Them two would be the same name, and they are like both former world champions. Or do you think Parker's tainted too much now?
No.
Well, they're saying it was a mistake. It's not real thing, isn't it? So we'll see what happens with
Parker will want a rematch with Wardley.
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But hey ho. Yeah, but well done, Gassiev.
It was a good performance. It was a good fight. I thought it was going to be boring, and then watching him for this is actually quite good. There's quite a decent level of boxing. It is boxing, and then there's he upped the pace as well because obviously coming from cruiserweight, it wasn't
contender for knockout of the year. Though.
It's a fantastic time punch and knockout. Yeah, it is contender for that. So, and happy, hopefully, retirement for Pulev. He's had a good career, and yeah, it's still a good performance considering he's 44 years old and thingy. But yeah, obviously, Father Time catches up with everybody, unfortunately. So, wish him all the best, and yeah, we'll look forward to see what Gassiev does going forward. Let us know in the comments what you think, who you think you'd like to see him against, and what you thought of the fight, and and do you think it is knockout of the year? And we go to the next fight, which was right. I say we're going to do Pacheco next. So we've got Diego Pacheco versus Kevin Lele Sadjo. It went to decision, unanimous decision to Pacheco. But what did you think of the performance?
Flat.
It started
flat.
for the first 4 rounds as like, yeah, what you'd expect. Because let's give context. Pacheco's 6'4" and Sadjo's 5'8", but broad, and obviously Pacheco's lean, long reach. So he's got as we said in the fight, a 10, 11 inches reach advantage and 8-inch height advantage. So the first 4 rounds, he started, well, the first 3, I would say, and then it started going into Sadjo's type of fight, where he started letting them come in. There's a lot of wrestling and hugging going on. Whereas the first 3 or so rounds, Pacheco did what you would expect him to do, box behind a jab, keep it at long range.
Pacheco...
And he won those rounds fairly easily because Sadjo never really had a chance, didn't get hit that much or whatever. And then he started getting hit, started fighting Sadjo's fight. And he looked like he was gassing as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sadjo knocked him down as well.
Yep. In the 8th round, I think.
Pacheco, like I say, I've rated Pacheco, and then
he has a performance where he's really good.
Performances are shocking.
And then he has a performance like that where it's just, you're thinking you're winning, you're doing the right thing. and suddenly he changes the way he's fighting, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And you could hear this corner were telling him to do the thing you would expect him to do. Do this, wait for him to come in, move around. His footwork wasn't very good, I think. His hand speed and things are good, and his hand feints and stuff, but he basically let it become a fight like what you would have thought Sadjo wants to fight. Rather than just do what he was doing, which was working, and then gradually work that. And then it sort of came to culmination in the 8th round where he got knocked down with clean left hook. I mean, he recovered quite well, but he was clean. And then the 9th round, you've got to look at it and go, well, you would have thought Sadjo comes on strong, and then Pacheco had a good round, and then put him back, and then rocked, pushed Sadjo back. And I think in the 11th, he rocked him, nearly had him fairly well gone. I mean, I only gave like really 2 rounds to Sadjo, the 5th, and then the 8th, obviously, because they're knockdown, so 10-8 round. But after about that 5th round, they were all quite close until the latter rounds where he's got it back, the 9th. And then the 11th, he did well as well. I apologise for the rain if you hear it in the background. It's quite heavy.
I mean, like I say, I am a fan of Pacheco, but I'm ever struggling.
He's like this, isn't he? It's a bit of roller coastery. Do you think it was?
I don't know whether he's struggling at the weight because he's a big lad. Some of his performances just look flat or disinterested.
Well, he has changed coach for this one. But,
yeah.
But to be fair, like I said, you hear what they were saying in the corner and you're thinking he's the one not doing it. They're giving him that sort of right advice. Now, whether they haven't trained or done the things properly. But he started well. It's just that, or are we giving too little credit to Sadjo for trying to convert it into his fight? Because Sadjo realistically wasn't looking to outbox him, but it was just catch him with the punches. But he was sneaky with the punches. It wasn't just like a brawler. It was quite like, I'm going to put my weight on you. I'm going to get on inside, and then I'm going to body shot you and try and get one over the top. Which obviously is the tactics against the taller fighter. And most of the fight, even though Pacheco was, winning, is about 8 rounds was basically 7 rounds were fought in Sadjo's way.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to give...
Maybe even 8, probably, actually. Yeah, go on.
You've got to give Sadjo credit. He went in with his game plan. But there was just...
A bit disappointed in Pacheco, to be fair. Although I think he was disappointed in his performance, but... Did you see Eddie Hearn's face? It was quite funny. I mean, there's concern everywhere, I think. But to be fair, he did recover from it quite well. Like I said, 8th round, he got knocked down. 9th, he came out and turned it back. And then basically kept the momentum for most. 10th, it was a bit more even, but 11th, he's pulled it back and nearly had him. But he was gassed in those later rounds, which is also concerning if you fight better opponents. And the amount he got caught with that overhand right was ridiculous. Even the left hook that got him was like he didn't move, like go in and then step out. He'd go in and then wrestle and then go in and then again wrestling. And I mean, I think the wrestling was fairly even, but it just, why are you doing what the other guy wants you to do? It's like the ring generalship wasn't really there where you're commanding the fight, isn't it?
I mean, he's still a young kid, Pacheco.
Yeah, he's only 24, so
he's still... He's got a lot to learn, and maybe he needs these type of fight. Look, at the end of the day, he won quite comfortably on the scorecard. Really? He's won comfortably, so you've got to say, yeah. I just think the
problem is if you look at the other people in that, like, because Sadjo reminded me a bit of Mbili, isn't it? But like although I'd say he's probably more refined than Mbili, but Mbili's just got more relentless pressure, and he's a bit savvy. He just makes it his fight a bit quicker and just he throws more punches, I think. But yeah, you've got other opponents in that division that, it's hard to see how you're going to beat them when they're more accurate. You've got less of a height advantage and stuff against them. But yeah, I think there's room to grow because of his age. I think he needs to, it's a good fight to get through because you need to come through those type of fights to get to the real monsters in the division.
Yep.
Any other thoughts? And Sadjo was quite good, and I wouldn't mind seeing him again. It was like interesting. Because even though I think it was clear on the scorecards, I don't think actually over the fight it was that far apart. It was quite...
no, it's one of them where you can...
And if you'd have caught him with another one, it's probably he's going to win. So his tactics nearly worked. I think he executed his tactics better than Pacheco did, even though Pacheco won, which is... yeah. So you can see there's something there in Pacheco, but it's a bit like frustrating that he hasn't done it put on a real performance. But yeah, tough opponent as well. So
yeah,
cool. What next though? Do you think he's ready to go to the top of the super middleweight rankings? Well, I don't think that's going to happen anyway.
He's got a lot of time on his side, so
yeah. I think he can let it settle and then come behind in it because he's basically on ring list. Let me just see if it's updated, but. Obviously Crawford is a champion, although he's not undisputed now. You've still got Canelo there, Galasius, Billy, Martinez, and then Pacheco. So obviously Shiraz has ended that division as well, and there's a few other people. But I think Pacheco probably that's about right, isn't it? In the list of people.
Yeah.
Let the Canelos, Crawfords, and people get out the way, and then you've got this opportunity.
He's 24.
Yeah.
Got a long career ahead of him. Like I say, first time with his trainer. Maybe, get back into training, work on some things. Maybe he needs I always say maybe he needs the name to see the best of him because he's a fantastic boxer. He really, really is. When he seems like he's in the mood for it. So yeah.
Well, I think he was trying here. I think it's just the opponent. It's a different kind of opponent. Maybe he just needs to go through these fights to get used to that opponent. Because you've got to say, like you said, he won reasonably clearly on the rounds. But I think it's a bit frustrating because you think there's more there. There's more gears there you need to go through, isn't
maybe
it?
he just couldn't do that against Sadjo
we forget it
as well.
And credit to Sadjo for doing that and pulling it his way. I just got to give credit as well because you predicted Pacheco 1 points. I had Pacheco 1-9 KO. So well done. This was good. And then just the Pulev and Gassiev one. We both had Gassiev to win by KO, except we ended by 10th and 11th round. And it was 6th round KO. Okay, so we weren't that bad. We're not bad on that one. Okay. So let us know your thoughts on Pacheco's performance and Sadjo's performance. And who do you think you should fight next in the comments? Like and subscribe as usual. And we will move on to the next one. Badou Jack versus Noel Mikaelian, the rematch for the WBC Cruiserweight title. Let me just bring up Cruiserweights. So, Noel Mikaelian won on points.
Yeah, quite comfortable, I think, in the end.
Yeah. I think there's quite a lot of drama, which was more interesting than the actual fight.
Yeah.
But I think it was fairly clearly in the... I think, Badou Jack was the joint oldest champion. So it was getting to that point where, you're probably it's going to catch up with you. And I think it has. And, but well done for being there for that long. But he's avenged his result from last time in the first fight and got a unanimous decision, fairly clear, 116, 110, 115, 111, 116, 110. So he's now the WBC World Cruiserweight Champion. And both of them got deducted points. I think Mikaelian's was for punching behind the head or something in the 7th round, and Badou Jack's was for punching after the break in the 8th round. So they evened that out. But yeah, probably a fair result, isn't it? And then moving on. And now we're hoping that he's going to fight Opataya.
We'll probably have a rematch.
Well, no, I think Badou Jack's done now, isn't it? I think Badou Jack was saying that the winner, it was the sort of thing before, or at least from Badou Jack's side, that the winner was going to fight, try and get a fight with Opataya.
They've got
so
to.
if the Mikaelian is, well, it's the only logical fight. It's the biggest fight there, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's nobody else
it.
left to fight. You can't just keep rematching a 42, 43-year-old or whatever he is. So, yeah, you're WBC champion. It's time to.
Mikaelian wants to make a name for himself. No,
fight the man in the division.
Yeah, no disrespect. You're not doing it against Badou Jack. But if you beat Jai Opataya,
you've made a name for yourself because he's widely recognised as the numero uno in this division.
Look, Mikaelian's a great fighter.
Yeah. It's a good fight. It's a tough fight. That's a proper step up for both.
So, but that's the only fight there for Mikaelian.
Well, I think in the division, that's the only fight that makes sense because obviously Zerdo's... well, I'll let you do your rant on Zerdo in a bit, but...
Absolute lemon that he is.
But, his path is... Well, he's fighting in a little bit, isn't he? And he's third on the card.
Yeah, I think he might retire.
Did we... I seen his... We haven't done a video on that one, but he's third on the card of whatever he's fighting.
Yeah, because he's fighting a...
Yeah,
is he fighting a guy who sells bloody oranges on the street or something?
I had to check what it was, isn't it? Who was it? Yes, Safar from Sweden.
From Sweden. Phenomenal boxing talent in Sweden.
He is. He's 19-0. Unbeaten superstar of the world of boxing.
Has he ever fought?
Safar's probably going to win.
Has he ever fought outside of Sweden?
I'm going to find out. But while I'm finding out. Yeah, anyway, but we'll go back to Mikaelian versus Opataya.
The Mikaelian Opataya, that's the only fight now.
For both of them, it's the only fight that really makes sense.
And it's a big money fight.
Yeah.
Especially if Mikaelian goes to Australia. You get a good payday for that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be the biggest payday for both, probably, isn't it? Unification cruiserweight fight. So at this moment in time, if you think the other opponents aren't working there.
So get it done. Get it made.
His fight doesn't come up, but it's not even on the thing because let me just find our man.
Yeah, we need this cruiserweight division.
Yeah, we need to get moving because
so let's pray it gets sorted now and we get the fights we want to see in it for the fans, for the fighters. So yeah. Mikaelian Opataya.
He's beaten Sergei Kovalev.
When? Last year?
No, the year before. Oh, no, actually, last year in May 2024.
How old was Kovalev then?
About 6,320.
Yeah.
Probably.
Did he get his...
41, probably.
Kovalev used his bus pass to get to the stadium.
I think so.
I'd love it if... What's his name?
Safar. Robin, it's Robin Sirwan Safar.
I'd love it if he beat him.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Robin, you're watching.
It's not bad. 19 wins, 13 KOs.
I'm going to be supporting you.
Derek Miller. Actually, he's not got bad names on there, but yeah. Just from where he is, no disrespect to Safar. It's not the fight Ramirez should be having, but it is a warm-up fight. But I think sometimes there's banana skins in these, and I don't think Simon would be that upset if Safar's
I'd be absolutely ecstatic.
It would be quite, I think, karmic to come back to that.
It
ruined the Benavides versus fight.
Okay.
Anyway, that aside, but this isn't about Ramirez. So yeah, Opataya Mikaelian next. Well done to Mikaelian. I think Badou Jack's time to retire as well. I think it's about, he's had a really good career being world champion in multiple weights, I think. Yeah. So he's multiple weight world champion. So I think, Father Time is catching up there as well. And to be fair, Mikaelian needs to get moving. He's 35, so the next fight, I think Opataya and him, and then whoever the winner of Benavides Ramirez is, I think then it's unification. But undisputed would be the next fight. And I think Mikaelian Opataya.
Safar's going to win.
Yeah, Safar could be Safar versus
Mikaelian
Opataya.
I am a new fan.
And a fight we look forward to with both of them. I think a tough fight for Opataya and Mikaelian would be a good fight to see. And then the winners fight the winners. We like to see this. So let us know in the comments what you think of this. What you thought of the performance. What you think Mikaelian Opataya. Do you think that is the next fight? Do you want to see the unification? And then do you want to see the undisputed between the winner of this fight versus the winner of Benavides and Ramirez? Let us know your thoughts. And
I can say that because actually Badou Jack's Swedish as well. So
he's going to avenge him. It's the eventual event. Safar's going to be the undisputed cruiserweight champion. And we're going to be like, no, well, listen, I don't know that much about you, so I'm not going to disrespect. I just, from the point of view where we wanted to see Zerdo not Pataya, it's not, we're downplaying Ramirez, not Safar. So any Safar fans, let us know what you think of your fighter. And is he going to avenge Badou Jack? Right, what was I just going to do? There's another fight on the card, wasn't it? Let me just see. Results, where have I put you? There, results. No, that's not the one. Flores Jr. versus Joe Cordina. Cordina winning by unanimous decision in the lightweight division. A good result for Joe Cordina. Good fight he fought, I think.
it was all right. Good job, Flores Jr. can't punch.
Yeah. Well, he can't hit the target. How much he can throw, but he can't.
No, he caught Joe Cordina lots. He's just, I don't think he's got the power. Joe Cordina was just walking through him.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe, when he stepped on it, looked really, really good. Nearly got him out of there.
Yeah.
But no, good solid performance, good 12 rounds.
I think this is just a fight against Mason. Abdullah Mason, I think is lightweight.
Maybe.
Where he's in.
We'll see what Joe's made of. Like I say, I think he realised that Flores couldn't hurt him, so didn't really bother too much on his defence, which...
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I think it was more like he was just walking through it, so he didn't do it. I mean, not always a good decision. Maybe, be a bit more defensive minded, but I think it was just, I'll take one and I hit harder, so I'm going to get you back rather than...
He showed some really good skills, Joe, as he always
and
does.
It was like in bits and spurts. When he's put his foot on the pedal to the metal, he was going, isn't it? In the WBO, Abdullah Mason is the champion and the number one contender. Can you fight yourself in the division? I didn't know you could do that.
You never know with these belt companies anymore.
But yeah, Cordina's sixth on that list with Zepeda. Well, he's gone above Flores now. Flores was number 4, so he's probably going to move it up. And then, but there's Sam Noakes there as well.
It's a good win for Joe. It really was.
I mean, it's a tough division, the lightweight division, but
puts him back in the mix.
There'll be some good fights. So and Abdullah Mason would be a huge fight. So let us know your thoughts on the after fights. Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Like we said, they've got our Instagram now moving. We will have TikTok and X as well soon. So follow at Genuine Fake Boxing. And we've had a little name change as well. So it's at Genuine Fake Boxing now. So it'll be all... This will be the podcast bits and we'll review the fights and everything else. But the news and breaking news will be on our Instagram. So have a look at that as well. At Genuine Fake Boxing. Thank you very much for watching. And we shall see you in the next one.